In the last video, we introduced an automatic printing system for the Bambu Lab A1 Mini, free for everybody to use. The resonance was staggering, with MakerWord even featuring our design. You guys asked for A1 version, and today we are delivering. But there's even more. I will show you exactly how we design our products to work perfectly with this system, including how to avoid those ejection failures that can ruin your prints. That's not all. Did you know that you can display overhang angles in Fusion 360? If you're new here, I'm Jan, and together with my best friend we run a 6-figure print farm in Switzerland. We're on a mission to help other makers build profitable 3D printing businesses by sharing the exact tools and systems that helped us scale. This tilted base was designed for a specific coffee grinder and belongs to our FarmLoop brand. We use our own product design process called Triple Diamond. It is derived from the famous Double Diamond design process by adding a third one which focuses on making the product automatically printable. This process ensures our products solve real problems effectively while maximizing profitability. While we will do a dedicated deep dive on this process another time, here's what you need to know. The first diamond is about research and identifying the problem that needs solving. The second one is about exploring different solutions and then finalizing the design. And the third one is about optimizing the design for our automatic printing system. The current design of this tilted base has arrived at the end of the second diamond. The problem is defined and the solution has been designed. But before we can start optimizing for FarmLoop stage 1, let's transform our A1 into an automatic printing machine. First, we need 2 feet for a precise 20-degree tilt. These lock in place without any tools by utilizing 2 screw holes. For clean part removals, we designed a scraper with a piece of protective TPU glued onto it. This will prevent scratches in the detachment process. Now back to our part. In this form, the base fills up the complete bed and is not detachable yet. If I pull up our pricing tool and fill in all the data like filament use and print hours, we arrive at a cost of $7. Labor costs alone are roughly 50% of it, which includes slicing the model, starting the print and detaching it from the build plate once done. But you will see, with the next 2 steps we will dramatically reduce the cost of this part. Plus, we will significantly improve print quality, transforming that unacceptable top surface into a professional finish. In the first step, we will add a chamfer to the rear part of the tilted base. By doing that, we can tilt the complete part and place it on its newly created surface. This reduces the surface area by a factor of 6 and changes the layer orientation. However, we have to be careful with the overhang angles. But here's a trick. Did you know that you can display overhang areas in Fusion? Let me show you how. There's a free plugin called Additive Assistant, which you can install from the Fusion App Store for free. You can use this plugin to scan your models for critical areas, one of which is overhang. We just input the material, select the body and click inspect. This instantly highlights critical overhang areas in our model. This way there's no need for going back and forth with Bambu Studio. I will link this free plugin in the description below. Now we can adjust the chamfer and re-evaluate. This looks better. There are only bridging areas left where magnets will go in. Let's see if this change was enough for auto injection. While it prints, let's have a look at the cost impact of automation. With one 3 kg spool we can produce 30 parts instead of just 1. This divides prep and detachment time by 30, dropping our cost down to $360, a dramatic 50% reduction. And we're just getting started. But does the automation part work? Nope, that didn't go as planned. The scraper couldn't detach the part. Instead, the axis collided with the base. Not ideal. We have to modify more things here. But we should take a moment to appreciate the increase in print quality, without changing anything in the print settings, by just tilting the part. Before we go into the slicer hacking section, let's add another small feature to further reduce cost. We don't really need the middle section of the tilted base and can cut out a diamond-shaped piece. This reduces filament usage and we arrive at a final cost of $270. That's a massive reduction compared to initial $7. But we have to make the automation work. I will show you 3 hacks how to improve detachment. Number 1 is temperature adjustments. Fine-tune your bed temperature to find the perfect balance between secure adhesion during printing, yet easy release after cooling. Or you can go into the FarmLoop code and either adjust the threshold temperature or add more time to cool. Let's do both here. Number 2 is about controlled shrinking. Let me explain. The more your part shrinks after cooldown, the easier it is for the scraper to detach it. And we can control that. First, I will add more material at the bottom of the base with a height modifier. In the first 4 mm, we will increase the infill to 80%. The more material there is, the more it will shrink. But only increasing the infill is not enough. We also have to change the infill pattern. I'd recommend the aligned rectilinear infill. As the name implies, it lines up the infill in one direction, so any shrinkage happens along that single axis. After slicing, you can see the difference. That's not all. We should change the angle of the lines to further maximize the shrinking. The last trick is to adjust the line width of the first layer. The standard is set to 0.5 mm, but 0.4 will not impact print quality, but decrease adhesion due to less squished lines. Let's see if these hacks were enough to make it work. The moment of truth. Yes, it worked. Time for series production. At some point my camera ran out due to low storage, but if the spool is not empty, it's probably still running and making us profits overnight and over the weekends. Last week I showed this sneak peek of the Stage 2 for the A1 Mini, and I can confirm that we are also working on a Stage 2 for the A1. If you don't want to miss it, it's time to subscribe. Before I tell you where to get Stage 1 for free, one small thing. If you like what we do, I would love to see you in our school community. In there, we focus on how to start and grow a 3D printing business with tools like the automatic printing system and other tools and trainings. Now, where can you get this system to try out for your A1 or A1 Mini? The hardware parts are on MakerWord and the free G-codes can be downloaded using a link below. If you want to speed up the process or need troubleshooting, you know where to join our community. Until then, happy printing, 3D farmers.